For years we've been lied to. For years we've been told eschatology doesn't really matter. For years we've had gashmoos whispering lies that it'll all just pan out in the end. I'm just a pan-millennialist. Wrong! Eschatology matters. And now, because of the hard work of diligent, godly Issacharian men, the whole world is soon finding out. Eschatology does, in fact, matter. Keep up the good work, guys. Cheers! Christ is King.
So you seeing it now? Are you seeing the old Jerusalem? Are you seeing the covenant breakers? This harlot woman wearing the priest's colors in the wilderness, riding Rome with Babylon on her forehead. And it says this, I saw the woman, verse 6, drunk with the blood of the saints and the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. Who did Jesus accuse of killing God's people? Jerusalem, Jerusalem, who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to it.
Either this generation means what it means in every other passage, or Matthew 24:34 is the sole exception in all the Gospels.
He will return physically. He will judge the living and the dead. There will be a resurrection of both the just and the unjust. The just will be raised to everlasting life, the unjust to everlasting torment. There will be a new heaven and new earth. These are like stakes that we put in the ground, right? And we put fencing around those stakes. And if you step outside of those fences, you are beyond the pale. You're a heretic. Or you're at least heterodox.
The third year of the reign of Jehoiakim, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came to Jerusalem and besieged it. So there were three phases of this siege. The first was in 605 BC, the second was in 597 BC, and the third and final destruction of Jerusalem and its temple happened in 586 BC.
God said to Noah, what? He said a couple of things. The first thing he said was, I'll never do this again. I'm never going to wipe out the world with a flood ever again. And I'm going to put a sign in the sky so that whenever it rains, I will know. This is God talking. God will remind himself, I'm never going to do that again. And you know what the sign was? It's the rainbow. And that's a whole nother story. The rainbow is pretty neat.
One of the first words that comes to mind when someone says, okay, Christian culture taking shape, what comes to mind? The word that should come to mind is risk.
One passage of scripture that has always struck me as profound in this regard is 1 Peter 4, verse 7. Peter says, the end of all things is at hand. We think, run to the mountains, run to the hills, sell your possessions, take your money out of the bank, grab your children and hunker down. Well, listen to what he says. The end of all things is at hand. Therefore, be self-controlled, sober-minded for the sake of your prayers. Keep loving one another. Show hospitality to one another. Use your spiritual gift to build up the body. So you want to know how eschatology affects us practically. I mean, that's massive.
Enoch, first Enoch, and the related, I called it the less successful spin-offs of the Enoch literature.
His less successful spin-off.
Yeah, you know how sequels are. But, it's like the Disney takeover of Enoch. That's gonna get some.
We got throttled on YouTube right there, but keep rolling. We're good.
The reality is there are not just allusions to language and imagery from First Enoch especially, but outright quotations and names. They even say Enoch. So in 2 Peter and Jude, you have that language. So I do think it is important to, I like to say it turns up the light, I guess, on the historical context of how language and imagery is being used.
Then, in that fateful month, very much to my surprise, as those who read me often will know, I embraced postmillennialism. Up to that day, I thought it was a completely discredited eschatological position. I found out I had rejected it for the same reason most others do. I was completely ignorant of what it really taught. If there is a way to know less than nothing about a topic, I knew that much. Yet, I thought it was some kind of joke, until I learned it most certainly is not. I've learned since that whatever critics think they know about it is always wrong, and I mean 100% of the time.
Now, I realize that working in a shameless name drop of the very channel that I'm recording for seems like a cheap and almost sophomoric idea, but the truth is that for most of my Christian life, I didn't see the importance of a firmly held or cogent eschatological position.
The reason that Christians should care about politics is because politics is ultimately a question of justice. Politics is the means by which we order our civil society, our polity. It's the means by which we establish laws and protect the vulnerable and execute righteousness in the public square.
The only way you can rightly describe early Puritan New England from 1620s to the late 1600s, as one historian put it, it was a biblical theocracy. So much of the early colonial seeds that were planted in America were planted as not a Christian nation, like a big Christian nation, but a bunch of Christian city-states within the continent that would eventually become a nation.
Finally, I want to issue a challenge to debate to the prince of the postmillennialists, #FancyAmillennialists. Douglas Wilson, Earl of Moscow, ruler of fighters, laughers, and feasters. I challenge you to a formal yet hilarious debate.
Recently crowned king of the amillennialists. This shows how little I know. I didn't even know eschatological positions could have a monarchy, but there you go.
As the recently crowned king of the amillennialists, I've decided to issue a few decrees. My first decree: postmillennialism will now be referred to as fancy amillennialism.
So here's the problem. If this is the king of the amils, and he is calling us fancy, that doesn't sound like a debate challenge. That sounds to me like a concession speech, right?
So from now on, if anyone uses the hashtag #DatPostMill, it must be changed to #FancyAmil. Because as we all know, postmillennialism is just amillennialism with extra steps.
And that would mean amillennialism is simply postmillennialism in overalls.
For my second decree, all historic premillennialists and dispensational premillennialists must choose a representative to joust on the bow of Ken Ham's ark every 7 years between now and the time that Jesus returns. Finally, I want to issue a challenge to debate to the prince of the postmillennialists, #FancyAmillennialists. Douglas Wilson, Earl of Moscow, ruler of fighters, laughers, and feasters. I challenge you to a formal yet hilarious debate.
Something tells me that this is not going to be all that formal. But I accept.
I want everybody to listen to me for a moment because I've got something to say. There's this funny man on the internet, and he does these little funny videos where he talks about funny stuff, but I'm going to tell you something right now. The funniest thing he's ever done was when he got on the internet and talked about eschatology with the pyromaniac. Yeah, I want to tell you that was the biggest joke that I've ever seen in my life. And I've got news for you, all you millennial and post-millennial guys out there acting like pre-millennial people don't exist. I'm sick of it, what I am. And I want to tell you something. It's time that all of you people get a wake-up call out there. And I'm coming to let you know that us pre-millennial people, we're the ones who got it right. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yeah.
Congratulations on 3 years of Eskimo Lives Matter. Sorry, Eschatology Matters.
Most people think I'm pretty confrontational, but actually I don't enjoy conflict, which is one of the reasons that sometimes I recoil sometimes from talking about eschatology, because it's a source of conflict among well-meaning, Bible-believing Christians. But guess what? Eschatology matters. Eschatology Matters has been preaching that message now for 3 years, which is awesome. So, Alex Kochman here at ABWE, just want to wish a congratulations to the guys over at Eschatology Matters. You guys are doing an awesome job.
Hey y'all, this is Gabriel Wrench, host of Cross Politic Studios, and I run the Fight Laugh Feast Network. We're very grateful that Eschatology Matters is on our network. It is their 3rd year anniversary, so happy birthday to Eschatology Matters. Really appreciate the work of Brandon Woods and Pastor Josh Howard. May God continue to bless y'all's efforts, and happy anniversary, Eschatology Matters.
To all the guys over at Eschatology Matters, I want to wish you a happy 3rd anniversary, and thank you for crowning me king of the Amillennials. Watch Eschatology Matters.
Congratulations on 3 years, Eschatology Matters, and you know I find your videos helpful.
Hey, Eschatology Matters, it's Greg Moore from the Dead Men Walking Podcast. 3 years. Great job, guys. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to many more episodes.
Eschatology Matters, congratulations on 3 years.
Congratulations to Brandon and the team at Eschatology Matters for 3 years of excellent content that's very edifying and encouraging for the whole church. I know I loved being on the show. I was very proud to be on the show, and just stoked to see what you guys are doing. God bless you, and hope that you guys continue churning out amazing work. Keep building, and happy to know you guys as brothers. Congratulations.
Hey guys, it's Parker from the Watchwell Podcast and Megachurches Anonymous. I just wanted to give Eschatology Matters a shout out on all of their success and to say happy 3rd birthday. You guys have been a great source of knowledge, and you guys have been great friends of mine, encouraging me behind the scenes. So you guys deserve all the success that you've found, and yeah, happy birthday. Love you guys.
How's it going, everybody? Jacob Glass here. I just wanted to hop on and say congratulations to Eschatology Matters for 3 amazing years. I'm so thankful to all the listeners, those who have contributed, and I'm very thankful for Brandon and Josh for giving me the opportunity to just contribute just a little bit. I'm very optimistic for the future of Eschatology Matters, and I can't wait to see where God brings it. God bless.
Hi, this is Mike DiVirgilio of the Based Boomer podcast on Eschatology Matters, and I want to say congratulations on a great 3 years to Brandon and Josh for all the great work they have done on Eschatology Matters, and it's quite a privilege now to get to be part of the team, and we have just gotten started. Congrats.
What a night to be celebrating Eschatology Matters' 3rd birthday. Yay! You don't look a day over 2. This is Tim Bushong. I'm one of the contributors for Eschatology Matters. I pastor a little church here in Syracuse, and we're sister churches with where Mr. Brandon Wood shows up every Sunday morning to sing and pray and hear the Word of God. I've done some interviews with people. I've got little interviews with Josh and some studies and whatnot. And I got so many irons in the fire, it's hard for me to keep up with Eschatology Matters. But I'm really happy to do so. All the guys who contribute are top-notch, stellar, and I'm glad to be a part of this group. Happy birthday, Eschatology Matters!
Hey, my name's Corey Wing. I'm a PCA ruling elder, and I've done a little bit of everything for Eschatology Matters, from live interview segments to original content. Congrats on 3 years, EM, and can't wait to see what God's going to do next.
Hello, my name is Josh Howard, and I want to wish a happy 3-year anniversary to Eschatology Matters. I'm one of the first contributing faces here at Eschatology Matters. I was a founding member along with Brandon Wood, but it's been awesome to see in the 3 years we've been around that there are many more contributors now at Eschatology Matters. So God bless, thankful for this venture, and looking forward to what God has in store for us in years to come.
Hey guys, it's Brandon with Eschatology Matters, and I have so many people to thank. I want to thank every single one of our guests that have taken the time to come on our show, and there's been a lot of you. I want to thank all of our friends throughout the years, all the people that we've gotten to meet at our conferences and at other conferences. I want to thank my co-founder, Josh Howard. I want to thank all of the original Eschatology Matters crew, from Larry Duvall, who is an OG friend, and our meme lord, to Tim Bouchon and Pastor Stephen Baker, Jacob Glass, Mike the bass boomer. Okay, I'm not going to try to say his last name. Corey Wing, John Wright. You guys are amazing, and there is no Eschatology Matters without you guys. Behind the scenes, we've got Evan Hensby, who does tech work for conferences. He did our film. He directed and produced our film. I want to thank Corey Hall, who puts all of our podcasts up. Without him, we wouldn't have over 200,000 podcast downloads. There's just so many people that make this work. I want to thank everyone that's come out to our conferences in the last couple of years. I want to thank everyone that watches our YouTube channel. I especially want to thank our paid YouTube members. You guys are amazing. There's about 40 of you. I love you. I can't tell you how much it means that you support us in this way. We don't make a lot of money, and so what little money we make, a lot of it comes from you. So thank you. I want to thank our sponsors, Reformation Heritage Books, Patriarch Cigars, and Living Heritage Homeschool. If you need a homeschool curriculum that's solid and not woke, you need Living Heritage. My family uses it. It's great. I want to thank all of our friends and family. I want to thank my wife for, she even did a video for us with Rosario Butterfield, but she's so supportive. And without our wives supporting us, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Next year, I think we're going to do a conference. We might do it in 2 different locations, one on the West Coast, so stay tuned for more information on that. And I'd like to do a couple of one-off events, maybe Nights of Eschatology like I've done before. Maybe do something out in Pittsburgh at Josh Howard's church. We'll see. Maybe even some publishing things. So let's stay tuned. I'm excited for 2026. And like Mike said, like we said earlier in the video, Lord willing, we're just getting started. Thank you guys so much. It's been a great 3 years. Seriously. Peace.